Hello guys.
YouTube.
So for today's video, we're going to actually be doing a storytelling video because we actually have a pretty scary story about our drive coming here.
It's
Okay, little monster.
crazy dog. Yeah, it was wild, and we kind of left not really in a panic, but so when coronavirus outbreak came out, we lived downtown Los Angeles. We weren't really trying to get out to avoid the coronavirus, but like living downtown LA can be quite dangerous, and we heard rumors that sorry, our dog's just getting a little wild over here with the camera. But we heard rumors that the security team in our building were no longer going to be working either. They're all going to be working from home. And so basically, if there's no security in our building, things would be like super chaotic and be kind of scary to live there. So we heard that like they were shutting everything down in LA, and we were like, man, we need to leave before we're unable to leave. And so we kind of packed everything up and we drove through the night from Los Angeles to Central Utah.
I have, first of all, in my whole entire life, I've only like pulled an all-nighter one other time. I require a lot of sleep, so I just make sure that I'm getting like a full night's rest. So when like we had this plan to drive through the night, I wasn't too sure how I was gonna do, like if I could stay up, if I could handle it, I don't know.
And we decided to bring both of our cars because we didn't want to leave the Tesla and then my custom Volvo in the garage for, we don't even know how long we'd be staying here until we could get back. And so we were like, we don't want to leave our car in the garage or both of our cars for potentially a couple months. I don't even know.
To be like unsecured.
Yeah, and we're still in Utah. I mean, this is like, you can see this isn't our apartment or anything like that. But so we brought both cars and we drove through the night, like Crystal said, and it was probably one of the scariest drives I've ever done in my life. And I'm from Utah. I'm used to driving in the snow. But once we hit the border of Utah, it was like white knuckle, like you couldn't even see 5 feet in front of you. Snow.
It was just, well, first it was like really heavy rain.
Really heavy rain, because
Right.
southern Utah kind of stays warm. But then as we were getting more towards central Utah, it just turned into like a whiteout. And Crystal's never driven in the snow.
And my Tesla is not good in the snow, from what I understand.
Her Tesla's rear wheel drive. It's not the all wheel drive. And rear wheel drive is terrible in the snow. So if all you snow drivers, you know that. And so right when it started to snow,
We were at a Tesla charging station.
We were at a Tesla charging station, and we decided that it's probably not good for her to drive the rest of the way. So we ended up having to abandon her car.
Mind you, it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
It was like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, some crazy butt crack of dawn
Yeah.
in the morning, and we were both tired. And then for some reason, I went to take the supercharger out of my charger, the charging port.
So this is a whole
and
nother
it
thing.
locked, and I
Yeah.
couldn't get it out. And this has never happened before. And Kenny's like, if we're gonna beat this storm, you literally have to start driving now.
Yeah, the storm was literally
And we were
like,
just freaking out.
We just passed through the rain, and then we were charging our car for a little bit, and the rain was coming towards us, but that rain was going to turn into snow. And so I was like, babe, if we're gonna beat the storm, we need to leave now. And she barely had enough charge to make it the rest of the way. But when she was trying to pull the charger out, it got stuck in her car. And who
Such
knows?
a
It could have
fluky
been.
thing.
It could have been like for a reason. I don't know if some
You
of you
believe
out
in
there
that,
believe
but-
in like things happen for a reason. But like right when it got stuck, it started to snow, and
Literally
within
minutes.
Minutes, it
Yeah.
was like a whiteout. And so we were like, crap. So we had to go to a hotel and ask if we can leave her car in.
This is 2 hours away from our final destination. So we
it's
were just
like-
gonna leave my Tesla in a hotel parking lot that I didn't know really the area at all, like how good it was. And I was just like, well, I have no choice.
And it's literally in the middle of nowhere. It's I don't know if anybody's from Utah, but it's Beaver, Utah, which is like in the middle of nowhere. So we ended up talking to somebody at a hotel, and we ended up paying them like $10 a night that it was going to be there. And we didn't know when we could come get it because it was going to snow for like 3 or 4 days straight. And so we left the car, and by that time it had already been almost an hour. So by that time it's like full on blizzarding, and we were trying to decide if we should just stay in a hotel, but none of them allowed dogs.
We had both the
We had
dogs.
both our dogs, so we're like, well, we have no choice, and we're so tired. I didn't even really sleep the night before. So by this time it's like 5 in the morning, and I'm like, screw it, let's just hit the freeway and just keep going. And
It was so scary.
Yeah,
like
like,
there
I-
was literally no way I could have done it. Like there's
Yeah.
no freaking way. Like I'm kind of night blind. You can't see anything. I was just like, I was in the passenger seat like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die.
yeah, and
Like, this is it. It was just so crazy. I don't know how he did it. And he just kept saying things like, well, if we start to spin out, just grab the dogs, because they're both sitting on my lap. And I'm just thinking, wow, if he's not confident, because he's really good at driving in different kinds of weather. So when he kept saying things like that, I was like, wow, he's not feeling super confident about this.
So I grew up in Utah. I grew up driving in the snow, and I haven't driven in the snow for years because I live in Los Angeles now. I've lived there for like 9 years
here
now.
and there when we come
like
for
yeah,
Christmas
here and
and
there, but it's like just minor snow driving, but this was like by far the worst snowstorm I've ever driven through. And when I used to live here, I used to drive up to Park City to go snowboarding every day, and I'd get caught in tons of snowstorms through the canyon. And this was like way worse. It was literally like I could see 5 feet in front of me, and I didn't even know if I was on the road or not. And my car's kind of lower, so I'm like snow plowing snow on the freeway as well, and we're going like 5-10 miles an hour at some points, and there's cars spinning around all over us, like
on the other side.
Cars are literally crashing like all around us. And then we stumbled upon a big tractor trailer that crashed, and we thought it was an airplane because it was
oh my gosh, that was
destroyed.
That was so crazy.
Yeah,
it literally looked like a plane crash, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that a plane? Like the whole time as we were passing it, I was like, is that a plane? Is that a plane? And
like you couldn't even tell
it was a truck, but still.
Yeah, you couldn't even tell it was a diesel. Like it was so mangled. But that's how bad the storm was. And so we left at 5 in the morning from Beaver, and we were supposed to be at the destination at 7 in the morning, but the snow was so bad we didn't even get here till like 9:30 in the morning. So so this drive that would normally take us like 9 hours took us like 15
hours.
And with no sleep at all, like driving all through the night. I didn't even really sleep the previous night, like I mentioned. And so by the time we got here, I mean, I was just
we were done for.
Yeah, but it was crazy. And then we had to wait the storm out for like a couple days here
before we could get my car.
We decided to go pick our car up, and we kind of barely missed a storm there too. Like we got our car back just in time, and on the way back it started to snow again. But
needless to say, that was probably the scariest night of my life. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like, first of all, I was falling asleep and driving in really bad rain through a canyon, which I live in LA. I'm spoiled. I'm not super comfortable with driving in the rain. I'm like, whatever. But this was really bad rain that was kind of slushy. And then getting in the car, and he's like, I don't know if I should do this. This is kind of bad. This is so bad, as he's driving. And I'm like, wow, we've been married for like, I don't know, 10 days.
I know, how crazy is that? Like we got
crazy.
Married, and we're thinking like, oh, we're gonna go on this awesome honeymoon. We literally got married straight going into quarantine.
We've been good though.
We've been really good. I mean, this is like testing our marriage, but it's perfect and everything's great. But it's like we would have never thought that all this would happen within like a month. Yeah, within a month. Like it's just
today is actually our 1 month of being married. It is. But anyway, it took us a second to like share that story. And hey, Mom, if you're watching this, I didn't tell you because it was really scary. Because honestly, I couldn't believe that it happened, and it probably doesn't sound that bad to you, but let me tell you, it was really bad. Like I was shaking the whole time. Like I didn't tell you because I didn't want to freak you out more, but I was just like, oh my gosh, I was clenched.
Shaking, and I've driven in the snow a bunch. Like I normally am just really laid back, you know. I've never been in an accident.
Knock on wood.
But this was, like I said, I've probably driven in like over 100 really bad snowstorms like growing up here. But this was like, I mean, it could not have gotten any worse. This was like driving in straight up Antarctica.
Oh, bonus feature. On our way in that storm, we get a text from his family saying, did you guys feel that earthquake? And we're like,
oh yeah,
seriously? So there was like an earthquake at that same time.
In the middle, driving in that crazy snowstorm, it was like 6 or 7 in the morning at this point, like driving for 2 or 3 hours straight in like a whiteout. And then all of a sudden, like 2 hours north of us, there was a 7.2 earthquake. And so like at this point, Crystal and I are kind of trying to escape LA from the coronavirus shutdown straight into a massive earthquake. And at this point, you know,
he just kept, and the weird thing is, like, we kept talking to each other on the phone driving because I just didn't want to fall asleep, and I figured it made the time pass by quicker. He kept saying, I don't know if I made a good choice for us to go. I don't know if this was a good choice. And I kept thinking, like, why? Like, he never doubts any choices he makes, and I like totally let him take the wheel on this one. And the whole time he's like, I don't know.
I had this crazy gut feeling that something wasn't right.
Then that's what happened.
Yeah. And honestly, we could have left the next day, but we didn't know if we could have. That's the problem, because we heard in other states that they were literally like shutting down the cities or shutting down the borders, and people can't come in or out. And we were just like, you know, if we don't leave now, we could be stuck here and be in our tiny little 1-bedroom apartment, or we can just hightail it to Utah and have kind of freedom.
A little more freedom.
At the small town I grew up in, where we can go for walks around fields, go play pickleball like you saw in our video. We have more freedom here.
It's better for the dogs too. Yeah, I feel like for me, that's like the biggest thing, is that in front of our downtown LA apartment, it's like small little pieces of fake grass, you know, and here they can run around and, you know, be free. Like, we wouldn't be able to probably give them walks and stuff where we live. It's just, downtown LA is nice, but not like that.
Exactly. And, you know, we don't even know how bad this is going to get. We're still in the midst of it. We just don't want to be stuck downtown during a chaotic time. So, you know, we just made the choice to leave through the night. It was something. It was an adventure for sure. And it's something that we can like tell our kids one day about and all that. And we all can. I mean, I'm sure all of you guys have a story of something.
Yeah.
And all I thought about was getting to the bed at my dad's house in the guest room. And that's what pushed me through. And by the time I walked in, I didn't even know what was going on. Like she would be talking to me and I was so tired that I was gone. No. No. Sometimes it's because I'll be too much in the zone, but sometimes I'll listen to her and tune out an email. So 50-50.
But anyway, that's our story that we wanted to share with you guys. We're ready for bed, as you can see.
I'm in my robe. We're cozy.
Ollie's already fallen asleep.
We're not stuck in a little apartment, which is nice.
But we also wanted to tell you guys that starting next week, we have a schedule, which is going to be so nice. This week we posted pretty much every single day, but then we figured out which days we like, and now we know what our schedule is going to be. So you can plan on videos going up on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Dang.
So yeah, you're gonna get 4 videos a week, and we've already written out all our content, so we're ready to go, and we're gonna shoot them. Plan on that and be ready for it.
I need to shout out 3 of our subscribers.
Followers.
I literally say subscribers every single time in all the videos. I need to shout out 3 of our followers on Instagram. And we're shouting them out at random. So if you didn't just follow us, don't worry, because
we could get to you at some point.
We could get to you. We're just going to randomly scroll through. And
that was a big scroll.
Yeah. Bay23. That is BAAAYYY 23. And then you do the next one.
Let's do John Birch.
Yeah.
Birch. No, it's Birch. His username is John_Birch, but his name is John Birch.
And the other one is ATAW, ATAW9009. And they have a cute little duck
ducky
as their photo.
Yeah. But anyways, that was a very scary time.
Yeah, it was quite the adventure. And it was fun though, because we got experience from it. And you know, during the time it sucked, but now looking back on it, we're thankful that we got through it without getting in any accidents. And it's a fun story to tell.
Good job.
Thanks.
I just remember thinking, like, you couldn't write a better story for a movie. Like, it was just one crazy thing after the next. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment below anything else you'd like to see us do. Also, I'm subscribed if you're new. But until next time, we're going to bed because Ollie's snoring is making me tired.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Good night.